Saturday, October 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern from Singapore Indoor Stadium. Damian Maia taking on Ben Askren in the welterweight main event, a matchup between two of the top 170-pound grapplers. Askren looks to bounce back from his 5-second loss to Jorge Masvidal in July, the fastest KO in UFC history. To order the main card in English and Spanish, go to espnplus.com. Be sure to download the app if you're watching on your mobile device. The prelims start at 5 a.m. Eastern.
You know what I do when I'm not bumping, doing bumps? I download apps.
Yeah?
I just download apps. I never use them.
You don't use them, just
I just download I download apps, and I plan my next bump.
Okay.
Wherever it's going to be, whatever show. Yeah.
I got you.
Jeff Garland in the house.
Yes.
Good to have you with us.
I am thrilled to be here because I watched the show. That's why I'm thrilled to be here.
Can you
I asked to come on. That's all I want to say. Nobody called me. I asked to come on. I said, I need a bump. I need to be next to Stephen A. And let's go.
This just for people, for members of our audience, if they're not familiar.
By the way, most would not be.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is, to me, like the Honeymooners and Curb Your Enthusiasm. They're in a race for first place, best sitcom ever.
Well, that is high praise.
Your character, the manager, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Thanks,
I don't know.
man.
It's like it's genius.
I literally spend my days with Larry. We work hard, but I spend my days laughing. Laugh all day.
Who's better than you? And you have the Goldbergs on ABC.
Did you just say who's better than me?
Yeah.
Yes,
and you have the Netflix special.
I have a Netflix special, November 12th.
Jeff,
Very exciting.
How old are you that you don't know who's better than you? Is that a phrase that's unfamiliar to you?
No, but I just thought she was saying it in terms of who's better than me.
Yeah.
Right.
Not like the
I
phrase.
kind of was, but not really.
No, I don't want you to. So we're good. We're good.
All right, can we talk about Chicago teams?
We certainly can.
They're kind of good.
I'm not a Bulls fan. I was a Bulls fan for many years.
Why are you not a Bulls fan?
Because I don't respect the organization. I don't like what they've done with the organization. I am all in and have been in for a couple years now. Prior to this excitement, all Clippers. I feel nothing for the Bulls. That's my LA. I live in LA, so I need to have one team. Bears, I'm sticking with. Cubs, I'm sticking with. Blackhawks. But yeah.
Let's go Bears. You like your quarterback?
Yeah, I do like him. Do I love him? No. You know who I'm having problems with? The coach. David Montgomery, the young running back, he should be ripping up the league. He is great. And I just don't like him.
Here's my issue. First of all, I was on Waddle and Sylvie yesterday.
What'd you wear? Cotton? Something comfortable?
No. I was talking to them on the phone. And they were talking to me because they heard my comments about the Chicago Bulls, and I said something somewhat similar to what you pointed out, Paxson and Foreman, and what you've been doing with the organization, and how nobody's interested in coming there.
No one. It's the Bulls. How are you not interested?
That concerns me. But I will say this to you, going to the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you bring up Nagy, because here's my thing. Mitchell Trubisky, your quarterback. You passed up on Deshaun
Don't
Watson.
even get
you
stop.
Passed up on Patrick.
Stop.
Why are you not talking about the Bears organization and what they did or didn't do?
By the way, why am I not talking about the Bears organization? That's a big bowl of obvious. It's the worst, one of the worst organizations for years.
No, I'm saying
not
you brought up the Bulls. You were critical of the Bulls. I was saying not
Bulls are worse than the Bears.
Okay, what's the difference? Like for me, the Knicks, I gave up on the Knicks because of Dolan. I won't do it anymore.
Right.
The Giants can have hard times. I stick with them. The
Chicago
Yankees,
Bears.
but I'm done with the Knicks.
The,
Why?
the difference is the Chicago Bears are not Dolan. Mrs. McCaskey is a great woman.
I see.
And they care about the team. And you know what? I'm pretty happy with the team. I'm flying. I have season tickets.
Yeah.
I'm flying out to see them play the Chargers this week, hopeful that the audience gets.
So what is
They
it
just
about
can't
the
find a
Bulls?
quarterback. They just can't find a quarterback ever. That's all.
When you pass on those two quarterbacks and trade up, I mean, I think everybody involved in that should be fine. I mean, come on, man, it's nuts.
So what about the Bulls? What is it about? Like, the Bulls did give you Michael Jordan and two three-peats, right? That's got to carry you a ways. So why finally did that equity run out for you?
Because you can only take that. By the way, my fondness for Michael Jordan and the Bulls during those eras.
That's very bold of you.
No, I'm saying it's like looking back on what by the way, for me, sports is mostly nostalgic. Basketball, to me, is the only sport that's grooving. right now. Only one that's grooving on every level in terms of the respect for the players, the vibe, everything about it is so much better. They're enlightened. The NBA is enlightened. Everything else, I think back to my childhood.
I would say this. This is the number one this is the number one criticism you could have about the Chicago Bulls.
What?
One could argue that the biggest reason they're suffering so much is because your organization didn't stand by your coaches. You got to remember, you pushed Phil Jackson out before he wanted to go. You pushed him out. And then, ultimately, years later, you pushed Tom Thibodeau out. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, wait a minute here. All because your comfort level with these coaches wasn't what it wasn't what it should be. That, to me, was prioritized over players.
You said the key thing.
Yes.
Wait a minute here.
Yeah.
It's a big bowl of wait a minute here, and I'm not taking it anymore. I love Doc Rivers, and I love the Clippers, and I love the Bears, and I love the Cubs. I don't know what to say.
So far we have bumps.
Yeah.
We have downloading apps.
Yeah.
We have big bowls.
Big
You've
bowls.
had a couple of
Yes.
big bowls.
Big bowls,
right?
yeah.
And no bulls.
No balls.
I'm looking at your shirt. As a Chicago native, you like the nostalgia. Who's more revered in Chicago lore? Is it Payton or MJ?
There is no comparison. Walter Payton. The Chicago Bears are more popular in Chicago on an 0-16 season than all the other teams combined. The Chicago runs on the Bears. It's like L.A., the Lakers. Chicago, all Bears. And Walter Payton is revered way more than the greatest NBA player of all time, if that gives you an idea.
Yeah, I remember when SNL did the Bears skit
Yeah.
years ago. They brought in the Bulls, I guess not to seem racist or something, because it was considered like more African-American sport. But the fact of the matter is the Bulls were winning the championship every year. The Bears haven't done anything since 1985.
I know.
And still, when they got the Bulls in there, it's like they're forcing it in there. They don't. It's not really the same.
Right,
thing.
it's not. It's not. And the Bears are the love of Chicago.
Right.
That's just the fact. And who more to love than Walter Payton?
You said you're still a Cubs fan. Was there any So the Cubs finally win a World Series at a point where everyone stopped caring about baseball.
Yes.
Was it? Did it like mean something less because by the time they finally won, people really weren't covering the story?
No. It was big news, but not as big if the Bears won the Super Bowl. Let's say 3 years in a row. The third year of the Bears winning is bigger than the Cubs winning for the first 100 years.
If we're going to sit here,
Bears are like the Lakers to Chicago.
Oh my God!
I had no idea.
If we're going to sit here,
and
talk about the Chicago teams like that.
By the way, can I just say how much I enjoy you?
I appreciate
I can't get enough of you. Your opinions on everything, even if I disagree, I'm cheering you on.
Well,
Keep
thank
going.
you so much. I appreciate
You're the best. Go.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I got to ask you this question.
Yes.
Since we're talking about the Bears,
yes.
How much softer Stephen?
Are you going to give? Are you giving?
He knows I dig him.
Are you giving them a shot to win the Super Bowl?
No. God, no. No,
really?
A miracle. I mean, by the defense, fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but that offense with that quarterback and that coach, no.
You don't like the coach?
No.
He was scheming your wideouts open all last year.
What's he doing this year?
I don't have a problem with Nagy. I have a problem with their quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky.
I
think if the coach had a better quarterback, we'd be saying better things about the coach.
No, I think the whole thing's a mess.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I'm with you,
I don't
Stephen
believe
A.
that.
I'm with Stephen A. on this one.
That's
I just don't see it with like Trubisky. The first thing I noticed about him is still the best thing. He can outrun linebackers. But like
by the way,
that shouldn't be what you're thinking about. With,
He's not even done that this year.
Right. So
no,
like
it's a
the
big
problem
bowl
is the
of terrible. No, it's looking at him, you think of the other two quarterbacks. That's all you think of. The other two guys. That's it. And they traded up. It's just so wrong. It's a big bowl of wrong.
At least you can go to Clippers games.
Too many
At least I go to Clippers games.
You can see a lot of wins.
I mean, just watch. You know who just brings me the most joy on the Clippers?
Oh.
Patrick Beverley.
Yeah.
I love watching him play. I like watching him talk while he's playing. Everything about him makes me so happy.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
He's the real deal defensively. He's the real deal.
Oh, my God, yes.
Smallest dude on the court with the biggest heart.
Yeah. How about the tip-off? Did you guys talk about the tip-off the other night?
When he was going, what was he going up against? Oh, I forgot who he was. Who was jumping. Was it Anthony Davis?
It was Anthony Davis. By the way, I must be so annoying in the morning for listeners to hear this voice yammering about stuff.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm
It's
just
a
saying.
distinctive
No.
voice.
It is a
Don't knock
distinctive voice.
yourself. Just knock yourself.
Jeff
Yeah.
Garland Netflix
Yes.
special, November
12th, Our Man in Chicago. And here's the thing I want to say.
What?
I hope people dig it. Can't control whether they do or not.
No.
But I did the special that I want, and I'm really proud of it.
Good for
Netflix, what's the date?
November 12th.
you. You want to do the bump?
Oh, let's do the bump.
Yeah, because
Okay.
the bumps
You know
are
what?
important. They're so important to you, so go ahead and do
Go
it.
for it. You got it.
I'm a bump nut.
You got it, but don't get me in
I
trouble.
collect bumps. I got
Okay.
videos of
Okay,
bumps.
go ahead.
Still to come, the Warriors make their season debut tonight,
Yeah.
by the way. But will they be legit contenders without KD? Oh, yes. Mark Spears will be here to tell us. Plus,
Really sell the plus.
plus,
All right, here we go.
despite his injury, would these guys still take Patrick Mahomes over Aaron Rodgers for the rest of the season? You know what? You
Wait.
don't want to miss this debate.
Wait, what's Aaron Rodgers' nickname? Let's see if you really watch the show.
Grandma.
No, it's that bad man.
I have to be funny.
Oh, my God.
I got you.
All right.
Grandma's
Good
funnier
job.
than that bad man.
Goodbye.